Just a few days ago, I shared with you guys a Necromancer build that I'm absolutely in love with. It's a PvE build that our friend Ben brought to the channel. Well, today we have him back here as a guest on the channel, and he's sharing his favorite challenge rift Necromancer build as well. We're gonna go through all the gear, all of the skills, and then we're gonna watch him push a challenge rift that's way over his head and see how he just crushes. Ben, what's up, man? Welcome back to the channel. I'm looking forward
Hey
to this
man,
build today.
thanks for having me. Sorry, somebody randomly invited me. First off, you take command golem with the poison golem here, which just for shred because you do almost no damage higher. But before I had this, when I was using this build, I would use the fire golem because I didn't have this unlocked. Skeletal mage, you generally want to take the beam mage because it does by far the most damage. Try to line up a bunch of mobs, and then they just run at you in this line and it'll shoot at them because it turns so slow. uh Skeletons obviously use the archers most damage, and this is the most important thing in the world. You get 5 charges of immunity for 12 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and you use the pants and the chest for cooldown and stuff.
Yeah.
Soulfire's the primary because the ultimate tears through stuff, not so much for the actual primary, but this is nutty.
Yeah, I also have switched to Soulfire lately, and it's because of the same reason. The ultimate itself is the best. But now let's get into your gear. Do you want to start with your secondary gear or your primary gear?
I'll start with a secondary because it's easy. This is just straight up my highest combat rating gear, which brings me to this 14,876. And then you have the archer helmet. This is important because you have bone armor to keep your mages alive, so this actually gets to at least 2, sometimes 3, which could be all the way up to 28.5% more damage from everything.
Okay.
And you see I have that little awakening bonus there. The skeletal mage actually gains 10% more life. If I'd put that in these pants, it would give me cooldown by, I believe, 30 seconds for 30% for bone armor. And then the command golem, which is the corrosive one, just the increased damage. The beam mage, which is the strongest but turns really slow. Bone armor duration increased because you need to stay alive, and if you get hit by anything, you will die.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 5 immunity charges for the chest piece.
All right,
And
very
then
nice.
I also found it's very important to use duelist here because you can stack this because you never get hit because
Sh-
of the bone armor.
Go in there and
So
show us how you built out that one right there. Oh, you basically maxed the
I
whole thing
I
except for a few.
I just grabbed the ones to get all these skills. I didn't max. It's you need all of the well except for the damage one, but that's just because it's damage.
Of course.
But you start here and you have to go through all and get 10 here to unlock these 3, which is important. But Bloodthirst or Fury gives you critical hit chance up to 10%, and since you have bone armor on, it'll always be at 10%. This increases all damage you deal to monsters up to 10%, which you'll always have an extra 10% because of this. It normally would be 5 until you get this one. And then this, it's basically like a lightning shrine when you get hit, but it doesn't do much damage.
All right, nice. So duelist is a big part of this. Also, the gear that's going to be protecting you and making you not vulnerable for the first 5 hits. Those are the most important things. And it's also worth noting again that you have put on your secondary gear strictly for combat rating, not at all for
Yes.
anything to do with the bonuses, just combat rating.
Yes, because when you go against like the way higher rifts, you kind of don't get a choice what you use.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so now you're going to go into a challenge rift. How high above where you should be are we going here? Like, how big is this
I
challenge for you?
I forget how high this is, but I believe it's like 800 combat rating over. I can check in 1 second. All right, so 15. I guess it's like 500 over.
All right, so we're 500 above Paragon, and just so everyone knows, he's playing on PC so we could capture the footage. So I personally can't stand playing on PC, but let's see how you do here. We're gonna kind of cut to some of the best moments, so we don't have to sit through an extremely long challenge rift because it's gonna take a while to get through this one.
Yes, it will. I'm actually way higher than I did this the first time because well, I gained some Combat rating today.
Very nice.
Gather these all up here. Oh. Well, usually you can get up to 3, but I'm struggling with my movements. So I only cleared this little spot because there was a blue one up here and it looked like we grabbed one of those anyway. And I'm gonna save that ultimate for a big group coming up, probably.
Love the Necromancer. There's the ultimate.
And then I hate when the mages turn like that, because then you lose the damage, but I also put that in a wall, like a goof.
You got it taken care of, though, when you're more than 3/4 through. These
Yep,
blues ahead
and
of you could get it done.
Plenty of time. We already killed 2 of them, actually. So it's just the one left. And there's all those bile procs, which is ridiculous. I'm trying to actually move away from the summons too, so when he hits me, he doesn't hit them.
Yeah, smart. Let them stay up and continuously attack.
Mm-hmm.
You got him halfway down.
That's more than halfway. Is that 1,000,000? You start it with 3.7.
I'll sometimes use a strategy to not even use my primary attack, to just continuously drop summons and move.
I don't think I'd make it in time. Well, if I did that on this one. But I would do that too if it was a little bit easier. Because the summons end up focusing all of his little spawns instead of actually him.
Yeah.
Which sucks. And there's
health.
129,000 crit. Almost there. And here comes the big damage, the golem debuff. That was like 300,000. Mind you, I think I'm doing like... Let's see.
There you go.
74% less damage is what I was doing, and I take 291%.
Wow.
So
74% less damage. But you slayed that, man. That was really impressive. All right, Ben, thanks so much for coming through today and sharing your build. You've kind of inspired me to push challenge rifts myself, and I now know that bone armor is where it's at. It's basically free life. Appreciate you coming through, man. What do you want to say before you get out of here?
hey man, once again, just if anybody needs to talk, just come on and hit me up. I am here on ball, and you know, nighttime with 1T.
There you go, man.
Everybody else have a great day.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you put this Necromancer build to use and enjoy it. After you try it, let us know what you think in the comment section below. And because you just hit the subscribe button and the like button, I'll see you in tomorrow's video.